Alright, YouTube, I'm back again. You might have noticed that I got a new hat. That's not what I'm here to talk about, though. I'm here to talk about beer. You notice in some of my videos that I'm drinking alcohol. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think the best alcohol, I really like Corona, but I love Corona. It is so good. But the only way to really enjoy and get the full amount goodness of Corona in you is to drink it with a lime. So this is Carling Lager. I have a lot of beer here. I just noticed that now, and I'm kind of sick and tired of people saying, "Oh, you're drinking on the internet because you want to be cool. Go drink on YouTube and you'll be like Kane. You'll be cool." Like, I'm not doing it to be cool. I'm doing it because I like beer. All right, like that's the only reason why I'm doing it. Because I like to drink beer, and beer gives me inspiration. And I drank a beer today and yesterday, because yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. I drank a lot of beer. I don't even know how many beer I drank, but I drink a lot of beer. But I just want to say Canadian beer is the best because we have been making beer for years and years, since the 1800s. Back in the Depression, what year was the Depression, Darby? 1930s, 40s, around there. And what happened was Prohibition happened, alright? Prohibition was during the Depression. And what happened was, you might have heard of the company Labatt. Their famous beer is Blue, Labatt Blue. It's now brewed in Germany, but they still use a Canadian recipe because it was first brewed in Canada. Well, I'm going to tell you a story about the Labatt Blue. What happened was, they have gone through so much shit, and I really respect what they've done and how they're still making beer today. They came up with the recipe a long time ago. I think it was before, like, most of the cities in Canada were even invented. They've been making this recipe, and it was just called Labatt first. It was called just Labatt. And then they named their drink, or their beer, after a Canadian football team, the CFL, Canadian Football League, after the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. That's how they came up with their name. And Pamela Anderson, if it wasn't for Labatt Blue, Pamela Anderson would not be where she is today, because what happened was Pamela Anderson was at a CFL game, and then a Labatt Blue guy noticed her, and she was the beer spokesman for Labatt Blue. That's how she got popular. And half of her is Canadian, and her boobs are American, but she doesn't matter about Labatt Blue. They went through Prohibition and still survived. They had their president kidnapped and still survived. And they still brew beer today. And it's pretty good. I like Blue. I like Canadian, though. Molson Canadian, it has to be the best beer ever. One of their manufacturers was in Barrie, Ontario, in Canada. And I don't know, I just love Canadian. Like, when you look at Corona here, this is Corona Extra, right? And it says right here, I'll see if I can find it. Imported beer. Where's the percentage? There it is, right there. That says 4.6% alcohol. Yeah, and that's Corona Extra. And light beer in Canada is 4.5%. So this is light beer. Canada's beer, the beer that's made in Canada, is much more, it's stronger, more intense, it tastes better. But the only beer that comes close to Canadian beer is Carlsberg. Carlsberg is very good, and it's good to have a bit of a bitter taste in beer. Carlsberg has really good a bitter taste, but it's good. Now, I'm going to touch on the beers that I hate. I don't know, have I explained a lot of beers that I like?
Yeah.
Well, I like Bohemian. Bohemian is good. Steam Whistle is okay. It has to be frozen, though. It has to be really cold. What's that beer that I had at Dave's place? It starts with a K.
I don't know.
It's pretty good. Genuine Miller Genuine Draft. It's pretty good. What else? That's about it. But I'm gonna touch on the beers that I hate now. Guinness. I'm sorry for everyone. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, what do you hate Guinness? It's so good." It's good for you, actually. That's a proven fact that 2 glasses of beer a day is good for you. And wine is good. But I don't like Guinness. Guinness is just... I It's just something I don't like about it. And they put a little ball on the bottom of it. If you get it in the can, you'll notice it has a little ball on the bottom. I don't really like it. Beer in cans isn't really the best. You can get Corona in cans now, but I don't know if I'm gonna try that. I prefer it in a bottle. It's just the only thing that I don't like about the clear bottle of Corona is that in the summer, when you're outside drinking it, the sun hits it dead on because it's clear, right? So it goes skunky really fast. That's the bad thing. I don't like Heineken either. Actually, I've never had Heineken, so I know that's like a disgrace to all beer drinkers if you haven't had a Heineken. I've never had it.
I've had Heineken.
Is it good?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, she likes it. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had Heineken, so I can't say anything good or bad about it. Any kind of Yankee beer, I call it Yankee beer. Just any kind of American beer is not good. It's just not. Genesee Ice is like sugar with water, with a tinge of alcohol. It's disgusting. It tastes like Kool-Aid. It tastes like a beer flavored Kool-Aid. It sucks. It's horrible. I hate Genesee Ice. I hate Busch. Busch is horrible. It's the official beer of NASCAR. But that just shows, like, when you look at a NASCAR fan, they're just all fat and American. And hairy and no shirt. They're just disgusting. And they're drinking Busch. So, that's why I don't drink. Well, I do drink Busch. That's only when it's in the house, though. If that's the only beer in the house, that's like my last resort. Is Busch. I hate Yankee beer, though. It's just... There used to be a Molson Canadian commercial, and the guy was like, why would I get an American beer? Why don't I just get a Japanese hot dog? Or a Meraki snowmobile? Or Italian hip waders? He's making a point saying that the only beer you get is fucking Canadian beer. That's the only good beer there is. The Germans make good beer too, but I just prefer Canadian beer. I like Corona too, but like I said, it has to have a lime or a lemon in it. That's all I'm saying. I prefer Canadian beer. That's all. Keep Molson strong. Goodbye, YouTube. My next video will show you how to make a hat like mine. Goodbye.